Hello, welcome to the House of Worth. I'm your host, Celia Sasser. This YouTube series I'm creating is bridging astrology, self-worth, and reprogramming. How we're going to do this is I'm taking you through all 12 houses in a 12-part series where we will go through each house as it correlates with each room in your house. I'm taking my background in interior design and combining it with astrology and then giving you some tools to rewire the circuit in your brain from all of the subconscious beliefs that you hold about your worth. In this first episode, we will be exploring the rising sign. That is your cosmic avatar. It's the key to your self-identity, aesthetic, and your first impression. You'll learn the first house shapes your appearance, how your Venus sign adds your unique style language, and how to use neuroplasticity, the science of rewiring the brain to transform how you see yourself inside and out. The House of Worth is about designing your signature lifestyle according to your natal avatar. So I hope you'll join me for this series as I am so excited to present it to you because it's an accumulation of things that I love and a fun way to incorporate it all. So let's just get started. So the first house is the house that is associated with your rising sign. And according to your time of birth, your rising sign will be different than the actual ruler of the first house, which happens to be Aries. But the signature of Aries is still there, meaning the first house is about your self-identity. It's also about your first impression. You know, we always say that the first impression counts. People sum you up in the first, 5 seconds that they meet you according to your appearance. But not only that, your avatar is who you are in this matrix. It's how you're playing the game. And if you feel like you're an imposter because you've let the world project onto you who you are, then you're ready to discover how you can use each house as a roadmap to your authentic self, to carve out a signature lifestyle that is only uniquely yours. And that is what I'm hoping to inspire in you through this series. So, according to your rising sign, this is your appearance, your identity, how people see you. And according to your rising sign, you have an aesthetic, and Venus adds another nuance to it. So let's just take a look at some of the rising signs' personal style. So if you are a Aries rising, this would be your aesthetic. If you are a Taurus rising, this would be your personal style. If you are a Gemini rising, this would be your personal style. If you are Cancer rising, here's your style. If you are a Leo rising, here is your style. If you are a Virgo rising, this is what you would be attracted to wearing. If you are a Libra rising, this is your personal style. If you are a Scorpio rising, this is your personal style. If you are a Sagittarius rising, this is your personal style. And if you're a Capricorn rising, you got it. This is your personal style. And if you're an Aquarius rising, this is your personal style. And lastly, but not least, if you are a Pisces rising, this is your style. Now, Venus adds another nuance. Venus represents your aesthetic. So you'll take a look and see in your chart where you have Venus, what zodiac sign, if there are any planets with Venus in that house. And then also remember that the house changes with the zodiac sign according to your rising sign. So, for instance, I'm an Aquarius rising. I have Cancer in my 6th house because I'm an Aquarius rising. In the 6th house, I have Venus and I have Mars, but it is in the natural house of Virgo. So there will be a little bit of the Virgo's aesthetic with my Cancer Venus. And then I have Mars, and Mars is the planet that naturally rules Aries. So I will have a little bit of Aries as well. So I like to say that my personal style is unique. I don't like labels. I don't like trends. It's kind of masculine and feminine. There's a balance of both. I love blazers and denim jeans and t-shirts, but then I like to dress them up with fun jewelry. I don't like to be put into any box, follow any trends. I like to show up uniquely. And so it makes it very hard for me to shop for clothes because I don't like to follow trends. So by the images that I just showed you, you're going to take a combination of your Venus and you're going to take the other image of your rising sign. And you're somewhere in between. And then if you have planets in the house next to your Venus, take a look and see what zodiac sign is the natural place that that planet rules, and there will be a little twist in there as well. Now, this is about finding your unique style because we don't want to be like everybody else. You are designing your life from the inside out. Now that you understand how to find your personal signature style according to your rising sign and your Venus, here is the second part of this. And that is we are going to look at our closet. That's the room in this house of worth. So you want to find your personal style so that you can step into your worth, how you feel in the world, feeling good in your body. You know how you put something on and it just feels perfect? Well, that's how you want your whole wardrobe to feel. So as I'm filming this, I am doing the same thing. I'm going through my closet. And let me tell you, there are so many pieces in my closet that don't belong there. So I'm editing and taking inventory. I'm getting rid of things that just don't look presentable anymore. You know, there might be a little stain that I didn't notice, or a little tear, or that can't be repaired, or maybe I've just grown out of it and I'm getting rid of all of it. And then things that I picked up along the way that maybe I bought because it was on sale, or maybe it's because I saw it somewhere and I thought that it was my style. And then when I tried it on, it didn't work. Got a lot of those pieces. I was surprised that when I went through my closet, I found a couple that still had the tags on them. Let me know in the comments if you can relate. Also, don't forget to put down your rising sign in the comments along with your Venus placement, because I might just choose you and do a whole episode on your placements. So make sure you put that down below. But what I found is I've wasted a lot of money on things that were not representing who I am. And that's because it's really hard when you have my rising sign as an Aquarius and you're trying to find comfort, because Cancer is all about comfort, and also something that looks unique and has a special detail that isn't trendy. So I found myself, purchasing pieces that just didn't align. So this is what you're going to do is you're going to take inventory. You're going to get rid of the things that you don't resonate with. Also, here's another thing. As women, our body changes. And so our bodies aren't going to be the same as they were in our 20s. And so if you're holding on to pieces saying, when I get back to that size, stop it. Just let it go, because you're living in the past and you're living in the future and you're not in the present moment. And you're robbing yourself of putting your best foot forward because you're still critically saying that you're not enough as you are right now. So, first of all, that's what I want you to change when we talk about neuroplasticity and rewiring your mind. That is what we're going to do here. So now that you've cleaned out your closet, you can sell the items, make a little extra cash. That's what I'm doing. I'm putting a lot of my stuff on one of those resale websites. There's quite a few of them out there, seeing if I can get rid of some. And then whatever I can't, I'll just donate. And then I'm going to be very mindful of my body and the shape that I am in now. Now, look, I know that we still have to keep ourselves healthy. So, but don't beat yourself up and say, I'm not going to buy anything until I'm a size 2 again. I've just known that ship has sailed, and it's time for me to just live in the now and appreciate who I am and still keep healthy. But I'm not about exercising to lose weight. I'm exercising to stay strong. It's a flip of the switch. And I really like looking at it from that perspective, because I'm not beating myself up anymore. And then when you do that, then you're going to take an inventory of the items that you have that you're keeping, and you're going to build on that wardrobe because it resonates with your aesthetic. So you're going to look at your rising sign, like the photos I've shown you. You're going to look at your rising sign and your Venus placement. You're going to look at your clothes, what you have. Does it work with your true, authentic style? And if it does, you keep it. And then once you've done that, go on to Pinterest, and then create a board. Now you can search up whatever rising sign you are, style, like Cancer style. You'll see some images, and you can also do it for Venus. And then you can create that folder for yourself so you can kind of get used to what your aesthetic is and how you're mixing and matching. Because remember, you're designing your life, your signature life. It's not going to look like everyone else. So there is no one size fits all, because you're a different combination. So after you create your board, then you're going to look and see what pieces can you add that's going to get you closer to your signature style. Now, we're getting to the mindset part. So neuroplasticity is rewiring the negative chatter that we have. And how you're going to do that is first of all, you're going to envision what you want to look like with your personal style. And you're going to be realistic also. No, we're not comparing ourselves anymore. We are loving who we are as the body that we are, with the face that we have, the age that we are, whatever. We're not doing it anymore. So you're going to have a real talk with yourself, and then you're going to create this image that is in tune with you, with the lifestyle that you want. Just think about like what your idea of being someone who has confidence and self-esteem and their appearance is right on target to who they are. Envision that. See yourself looking like that person, dressing like that person. And then after you do that, then you're going to pay attention to any of the loops you have on of negative feedback. And every time something negative comes where you're like, oh, I'm too fat for that, I'm too old for that, or whatever it is, you're going to snap that out, catch the loop, and then replace it with something that's positive. Like if I say, I'm too old for that, I can turn around and say, but there is a version that looks good on me in that. So there's truth to that. Maybe I don't want to wear a crop top, but then there's a version of that that would look good on my body type. So instead of right away putting yourself down, you replace it with something positive. And then you're going to be thankful and have gratitude for the wardrobe that you do have, the pieces that you do love. You're going to take care of those pieces. You're going to have an emotion with it. And because you have so much clarity, you're going to see that the right pieces for your wardrobe is going to be easier for you to find. Another thing that I did is there is a test like to find out your undertones to see what, like if you're a summer or a winter, an autumn, or true summer. That's kind of fun too because it helps you know your color story when you pick out. That's another thing that you can do. So, as you are showing gratitude for the items that you do have and getting emotionally interested in the way that you present yourself in the world, what that does is it sends a signal to the brain that this is important to you. And because it's important to you, it starts to rewire the neurotransmitters. So then it just becomes a habit in second nature. Another thing is you've heard of act as if. I know neuroplasticity sounds like manifestation to me, but that goes to show that there is something about changing the program. And so when you act as if, that means that you're going to dress the part on the regular. But it's not like dressing the part that is not authentically you. It is dressing the part as who you truly are, who you've always been, but you just didn't know. And you're going to feel good. And you know how it's like you just have that stride. It's like not like you're strutting your stuff, but people just know that there is something about you and they can't pinpoint it. Let me know down below if you resonate and if there is something that you wore or you found in your closet that you're like, what was I thinking when I bought this? And here's another thing that you can do with the brain, and that is to meditate and visualize. Take 10 to 15 minutes. Now, meditation, I'm not very good at meditating, sitting still, but I am very good at visualizing. So, you can go for a walk, you can look through Pinterest, something that is just taking you out of all of the chatter and really helping you light a candle, listen to some music, and look at images of women that are wearing the things that you like. But do not get into the comparison game, because you have to remember that a lot of what we have as examples for models aren't realistic. So be mindful that you are just building a wardrobe for you. And meditating calms the nervous system and the critical thinking, and then bringing in the visualization of who you're becoming again starts to reprogram your thought process and start telling your subconscious mind that this is who you are, this is real for you, and this is who you're becoming. This is the way that your subconscious mind starts manifesting it before it has manifested. And then there is the progressive challenge, and that is to push yourself out of your comfort zone. So maybe there's something that you always you gravitate towards that you want to wear, or a certain color you want to wear, but you always tell yourself, no, it's too bright, or but you always loved it. Because here's the thing is your intuition is always guiding you, even if you don't know your rising sign. So maybe there's some negative thought process behind it of why you won't wear that color, because maybe you wore it as a child and somebody said, oh, I hate that color. You just don't know what's programmed in your subconscious mind. So do things to get yourself out of your comfort zone, because whenever you do, it stretches the brain to evolve, to go through an evolution. That's what neuroplasticity is. That's why it's like when you were thinking about what your ideal life is and what it means to be successful, what it means to live an abundant life, you've got to stretch yourself. You can't stay in your comfort zone, because that's where your mind, your ego tries to snap you back, because it's uncomfortable. And when you stretch yourself, you're like, okay, it's scary, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I know with your wardrobe, you're probably like, Celia, it's not that deep, but it is when you really want to wear something and you admire someone else and you're like, I could never get away with that. Or, it's like say for instance, this necklace. I love this necklace. And when I wore it, my daughter was like, what is that? What is all that? Now I could have let her projection on me be like, oh, I'm not wearing that. But it's so me that I don't care. Like, I'm going to wear it. Even if it's every day, I put on a pair of jeans and a t-shirt, I throw it on. Like, this is how you get where you just don't care about what other people think. It's like you're just showing up more of you. And then there's rest, recovery, and nutrition. I know you're thinking, okay, the closet, but you got to take care of your health, because if you got the negative chatter and you're not sleeping well, you're not hydrating, you're not eating brain healthy foods like omega-3s and leafy greens, then you're going to take yourself out. We're transitioning, we're embodying here. So we're just going through the first room right now is the closet, but it's going to get deeper as we move along in this series. I mean, you stay tuned for the second one. The second video is going to be about your self-worth and your money and your talents. So, this is important because you want to take care of your health. And then because you have brain health, these neurons start to fire and it starts to click. Everything starts to click. And then you want to surround yourself with people and watch things that lift you, that you're not comparing yourself. Like, I used to binge watch when I was younger, the beauty pageant. And then it was like always tearing myself apart of like how I don't look like them. But I'm not tall. And, it's like the criticism. So if you're watching something on social media and you're comparing yourself and your life to them, find people that inspire you. If you're hanging out with people that are negatively critiquing you all the time, get new friends. This is about surrounding yourself with people that are in tune with you, that you resonate with, to change this negative chatter. And then celebrate the micro wins, okay? Like, you don't have to do like I did and clean your closet out and just dump everything out. Just get rid of a couple of pieces and then celebrate that, or buy something that's more in tune with your archetype and your avatar, and celebrate that. Or even just going on Pinterest and creating a board. Everything adds up. And when you celebrate the small wins, your brain starts to say that this is good for you. Instead of trying to keep you safe, the brain's like, wow, this is good. She's celebrating. She's happy. Then we got to do more of this. And then lastly is patience and consistency. So this takes about 30 to 90 days, right? So it's not going to happen overnight. So be patient with yourself. Be consistent. Don't give up on the first time. When you receive the shifts, seeing the visible shifts in your mindset and the results, that happens in 30 to 90 days. But rewiring continues lifelong. So it doesn't happen like in 30 days and goes back. It's consistency. And when you're consistent, things start to change. Think of the brain like it's a piece of clay and you're molding it. So don't give up on it. If you're enjoying House of Worth, and you can't wait for the next episode, be sure to give me a thumbs up and share this with a friend, and hit that subscribe button. Leave me a comment also. And another thing I want to leave you with is, when I started this project years ago, I did create a workbook. I'm not sure if I'm going to bring it back in and if I'm just going to do videos. But if you think that it would be helpful to have something to follow through, because in the workbook, I outline like questions to ask yourself, body type, taking inventory of your closet, creating a mood board. So let me know if having that would be helpful, and maybe I'll introduce it in the next episode. Thank you for being here, and thank you for all of the new subscribers. And I'm really excited about this series. So, again, welcome to House of Worth, and I'll see you next time.